like a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in a cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. It's UPK until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster.
Shalom Israel. With Isupk, start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General Yohana, started out in 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. If you're not an Isupk under Commander General Yohana, then you're simply not under the truth. It's like it. Have Officer Aban Kara, Shar, and Amah. I have a sister in there. And we're ready to start class here. We're going to let you know that, of course, we ain't doing no Mother's Day up in here. We'll tell you a little bit about it, but we'll show a little bit about it, how to translate things on the board in regards to that. We'll let you know that this is the Hebrew Israelite class in South Carolina, here in Simpsonville. And we teach Lashawan Qadash. We have two types of Lashawan Qadash. We have the original pure language, Paleo, and then we have the Syrian that we had in our captivity. As you read your chart, top line is Paleo, bottom line is the Syrian. My name is Officer Qadash Par 50, and I'll be teaching the class tonight. Letting you know the first things, that Hebrew is written from right to left. If you turn around like this, it'd be right to left. And it's written that way. The Most High, that's the way we have to have it. That's the way he had it, of course. And of course, the Assyrians used this Hebrew language right here. What they did was take their characters, we call them characters, and they made them sound like our characters. So we had to use our language, but yet we had to use their characters in the Assyrian language when we were in captivity, in Assyria, and all those different kings, Sennacherib and all those, and when Daniel was in captivity, the different wicked kings there, Sennacherib, he made us go through this stuff right here, this line here. But Yahweh had us go here, the top line, the ancient Hebrew language. It's the holy language. We call it Lashawan, Qadash, which means holy language. And if you study the chart long enough, you'll realize, let's see, you go, that's why it goes from right to left here. It starts off, in the chat here, we'll pick it up and we'll make sure. Let's see, as I try to start every week to try to make sure people are caught up and abreast. How many characters are there in the Hebrew? Both Assyrian and Paleo, because they both have the same amount of characters. If you see that, type it in the chat, so people will understand how many characters do we have in the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew. How many characters are there? How many? How many characters are there? That's a question. In the chat, you see that? Let me know. How many characters are there? If you're in the chat, just go ahead and type it up in there. So the people online, they're coming in. So I try to, because you never know where you are with the classes. Select your second. You never know. Let's see. We have a Shah, like I said, Officer Abankara, Officer Shar, and Thama so far coming in. Glad to have you, sis. Ayana Etheridge there. Let me know how many characters there are in Hebrew. It's important to know. So you'll know when we go and then we get down to this Abba Gada, Hawa Zakata Yakala Manasa, Ipa, Sha, Ipataza, Kwara Shata. This Abba Gada, Hawa Zakata Yakala Manasa, Ipataza, Kwara Shata. And they're the same sound from Assyrian to Paleo, but how many are those sounds that I repeat? If you got it in the chat, go ahead and write it in the chat. And we'll go over a few things here so we can learn. We'll go over some of these symbols here, as a matter of fact, so people can learn how to write them. I like to give a little challenge there. That's how you learn. It sticks to your mind, and then you'll able to come out memorizing it. Give you some techniques of how I learn how to memorize the chart. Give you some techniques, and I'm glad we have some officers in class. Also, they refreshing themselves because they had to go through this Hebrew the same way I did. They understand it, but sometimes you get to go off on other duties. You realize that Hebrew is there. You have to refresh yourself. But anyway, let's see. Give you guys about 10 more seconds there to see. What I'm asking is how many characters are there in Hebrew? How many are there? So type it in the chat. Let me know. Give you a couple more seconds there. Okay. On this Friday, I know everybody's enjoying their favorite beverage. Some yayan, some water, some shemayim, or tea, or whatever you eat. Whatever you drink. And some people may be eating now, but I'm glad you took the time to come in and join the Isupk and study some Lashawan Qadash with me. But anyway, here, there are 22. Okay? There are 22 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And the same in the Most High gave us the pure ancient Hebrew, the paleo. We have two types. One is paleo, right here. And one is Assyrian. Like I said, we learn both, because you never know when you're going to need both. And of course, the Assyrian language right here. Assyrian. Okay? I'll lock you there. Grab another pen there. Assyrian language. You never know when you're going to need either one of them. Okay? All right. Assyrian and the Paleo. And how many vowels are there in class? If you're there, type it in the chat. How many vowel sounds are there? I mean, what do you hear? A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, zaka, ta, ya, ka, la. Okay. Then you go ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, quara, shata. So how many are there? How many did you hear? Yeah, you know, abagada hawazaka tayakala manasa ipataza kwarashata. How many did you hear? Let's see who has that over in the chat there. For me there. How many did you hear? How many are there? Yana said, she said 5, but actually sis, okay. Yeah, 2, there you go. All right, so clap it up for sis. Clap it up for Yana. I knew she do. Thank you, sis. I know you got it. But there are actually 2. There are 2 vowels. There are 2 vowels. And of course, they are the A and the I. Okay? And then, Yana, since you're there, since you said that there are other students there, it's the A and the I. That's the vowel sounds right there. A and the I. Okay? Now, since you're there, you said 5. So, I'm kind of understanding what are those 5. When you said 5, that's another significant number that we use in Hebrew. It's actually in the Assyrian. So what does that represent? So that 5 what? So I'll give you, and it's good to repeat it to know for understanding purposes. Okay. When you said 5. You gave an answer. Good. You gave an answer to something else. So what does that 5 represent, Ayana, in Assyrian? 5 what? Shah, you there? Thamai, you there? What does that 5 represent? 5 what? Alternate ending, okay. And then and a good. Clap it up for that, sis. Clap it up for her. That's right. But it's instead of saying alternate ending, just say ending characters. I know what you mean. Okay? And she says it's ending characters. Ending is an ending character. So when you read character, there's 5 of them. Okay? So when you read Hebrew, they're like right here. You have the ka right there. Okay? Looks like that. At the ending of a sentence, you'll see something that says it'll let you say an ending. It'll allow you to put an ending character like okay. Let's finish doing them here. Then we have a ma. That's another one. Okay, they look like this. Okay, like that. Okay. So ka, ma, when you see these at the end of a word, they're pronounced like this, ka, ma. It doesn't look like the other M, like this M would look, or the others, that little C thing there, that's what you find in the middle of the word. But at the end of a word, the ending character, it's important to know that. Because you look at the end, you see a character that you're not familiar with, usually it's an ending character at the end. And it will sound out like here on the chart. You have one ka, ma, and you have a na. You have a na, okay? That na right there, like this, like that. Kind of look like a broke down 7 there, okay? Sort of like that. Like that. And then you have a pa. The other ending character. You have a pa. Instead of the regular pa right here, it's going to look like this one, okay? So it's going to look like this, like that, but it's going to take off like that, and look just like that. That's a pa. You see these. And then, of course, the last one, we have a tazah, okay? Bear with me here. Tazah. And tazah look like, sort of like that, sort of like that. Sort of like a glorified Y or something, only a little longer. It's just, you know, sort of like that. Okay, but when you see those at the end of a word, you know, like you may have aratazah, a-ra-ta-zah. Well, there it is. It occurs at the end, so you want to spell it like this: then you want to have spell it right anyway. There we go. Aratazah. Then you have a ra. We'll spell it in paleo here. Ra. Then we have, no, I can't spell it. That's what the whole idea is Assyrian. I'm sorry, it's like it. Assyrian. And then we have ra, like that. Okay. Then we have a tazah. This right here, this letter right here. Okay. That's why when you see this one at the end right here, that's what this word is trying to say. That's the tazah. Ra, tazah. Right there. Right here, just like that. Just in other words, we have 5 ending: ka, ma, na, pa, tazah. This is a review before we get into class here. But you know, I like to take the time to review some things. So it's aratazah, okay? That's a good one. And you got yapa. That means beautiful. Ya-pa, like that. Okay? 5 ending character. Okay, yapa. And of course, yapa will be, when you're writing yapa, I'm going to do it in Assyrian here because we're talking about ending characters, so you got to do it in Assyrian. In this case, ya, then we do a pa like this. Now you don't do the pa at the end because the pa over here is using this pa on the main row, not the one down here. But because it's asking for an H sound or the ha, that's way over here. No, stop it. That ain't gonna do it. That's the wrong word. I didn't mean to do that one. That ain't gonna do it. Didn't have an ending character. Let me find one ending character. Let me find one. Wrong thing. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one like Khan. That's simple. Let's do that one. Khan, okay? So we're gonna say like this in Assyrian, there's a ka, and then of course on the end, you're gonna have this character. Okay? Let me erase that ending character out of the way there. That ain't spelled right. Ending character. Okay, and then we have just this right here, Khan. Okay? Just like that in Assyrian. Because this N occurs at the end, then you must use this one right here. Okay? And then of course, let's do one, let's have ma. Let's use one to use the ma. Okay? The ma could be something like, let's see. You could say a word like Shemayim, Sha, My, Yum. Sha, My, Yum. Like that. Which means heavens or waters, you know. But that M on the end has to look like this. Has to look like this. Has to look right just like that. Has to look like that. Shah over here. I'm writing this in Assyrian Hebrew. We have Shah like this. If you look on the board over there, you'll see it. That's a Shah. Like that. Okay. Shah. Then we have a Ma right here. That's a regular M. Then we have Shammai. Then over here, we got to use this I right there. Okay? So, right here. Something like that. Okay? Shammai. Well, we still need some more over here. Slakia. Then we got a Yah. You go over here. This Yah right here. Oh, Slakia. Right here. That Yah. Got the Yah, can't forget the Yah. Now we can put the M, okay? And that word right there is Shemayim, which means heavens or waters, but you notice again, here is the character that we're looking for one of the ending characters. I kind of give you some ideas right there. I mean, I can go on and on with Ka, you know, sort of like off the off the cuff there. But anyway, that's those are the words. So look them down, jot them down. But those are the words that will have an ending character associated with it. When you see the ending character Khan with this ending character right here, like a sideways 7 or a little 7, just a little longer there. Okay, there's one of the characters. Na, in. And they're all being Assyrian because Assyrian has the 5 characters, 5 ending characters. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's a good lesson right there. Shemayim, of course, the M. Then we have Ratazah. We have that ending character right there. Okay, so we'll erase this off the board and go on a little further here. Let's talk a little bit about in class here. Let's go over a little bit. A little paleo here. Let's understand that also, since we're on the board here. And paleo has what we call, well, we'll let you answer it in the chat since you're there. What does paleo have? What are these? I'll show you right here. So if I did a word like, let's do the word again, kan, which means yes in Hebrew, okay? We write it in paleo. Let's do it in paleo. Let's write the word in paleo. Okay. See what we're doing here. Oh, Khan, yeah, Khan. And paleo, okay, like this. Okay, Khan. Then we have to write an N there, and we write like that. You don't have an ending character, because we're not using ending character, because this is paleo. This is the paleo right here that we're dealing with, right there. Okay, that paleo right there. Still have 22 characters, 2 vowels, but we're doing the paleo. And paleo, and what are these? If you're online, tell me what are these right here. Tell me what am I doing right now in green? What is that? When I do that green little character right there, what is that? Tell me what that is. Okay? By now, you should be able to identify it. Have a Sean in class. Have Officer Natazah, our camp leader. We're going to do Battle Lamar, you know, so everybody show up on time. That's right. Listen here. What is this symbol here? In paleo, in this paleo right here, not Assyrian. Assyrian has associated with it 5 ending characters, but all of the, but paleo has something distinct about it. So what is that? And of course another one would be like this, and we'll say, we'll go back to the word aratazah again. Aratazah. So we go, tell me what that is. Tell me what this character, tell me what that symbol is in the chat, somebody. Okay? We're writing in paleo now. Then we have Ra. Then we have Tazah. Okay? And of course it's written like this. Ra. You can say let's do it this way. Let's see. Tazah. We're going to say Tazah, and we can say Ara, Tazah. Ara, Tazah. Ara, Tazah. So, Ara, so we're going to give these, I'm going to do it like this. But what are those? What are those characters? Ara, Tazah. Because of the way it's written there. What are those? Somebody tell me in the chat. What are these symbols here? That little upside down U and these little U symbols here. What are those? What are those symbols representing paleo? Somebody tell me. And be exact if you can, you know. Ayana, you have Lashawan in class. Asha and Thama. Y'all tell me what that is. Tell me what these characters are, okay? Tell me what those characters mean. Tell me what this character is right here. Let's see, who else do we have in class here? I'm sorry for going over here. We have Yashar Banaf. Okay, Yashar, even you. Yashar Banaf. Yeah, tell me what these little U's, upside down U's and U's mean in Paleo Hebrew. Somebody write it in the chat. Take your time. Write in the chat. You know, I'm here. What are these? We know we had the 5 for our Hebrew Assyrian, we had 5 ending connectors. Right here, 5 ending connectors. So in Paleo, what is this distinct character? What is this? What is these upside down U's and what does the U's and the upside down U's mean? What does that mean? Somebody write in the chat. Let's see. Who has it? Yashar Banaf said connectors. Let's clap it up for that. That's right. Clap it up, sister. That's right, sis. Exactly right. Clap it up for it. Now that lets me know we're learning, okay? They are called connectors. Connectors. You need connectors in Paleo, and it helps you understand the word even better. It helps you understand how to enunciate the word. They are connectors, okay? Connectors, very good, okay? All right? Now, how many? So if they're connectors, there are 2 of them. So what are they called? Type in the chat. Take your time. You can just write the first letter. Just try to write it. Type it out the best you can. You can abbreviate it. What is this one called? And what is this one called? So they are distinct. One's upside down, and one's right side up. This is a U. We have U's, okay? What are they? Tell me. What are those characters? I mean, we know they're connectors, but what type of connectors are there? And you can see that we need these. We said con. The hint is right in front of you. Con. Like we joined that together. So what do you call it? You know, what is that upside down? What is this U? I'm sorry. Not upside down, but what is this U called? It's a connector. So what type of connector is it? These are upside down U's. So what type of connectors are those? Somebody tell me in the chat. All right, we've got time here. Show me. Tell me. You know, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show the difference. Glad to have a good class here. Thamai and Ayana, Asha. Y'all tell me what that is. Asha, tell me what it is. Yakar, you told me. Yakar, good. You told me that these were connectors, so what type of connectors are they? Y'all tell me what it is, you know? Tell me what they are. What type? Or do I have to? We'll give you 10 more seconds here, then I'll just go ahead and talk about it. We're talking about Paleo-Hebrew and how the connectors work here. We have the word kan, that's yes. And of course, aratazah means earth, by the way. Salakia. It means earth. You know, like terra. That's where we came from. You know, it's like the ground. Aratazah. Aratazah. You see that word? You'll use it a lot, okay? So, in Paleo-Hebrew, we spell it in Paleo-Hebrew. That's what this is. You look on the chart over, you see the first letters Ah. There it is right there. And then you see Ra. That's right here. Right here. And then you have a Tazah. That's right there. There are no ending characters, so we don't have to look at the end of the word, but we have to maintain and understand that these connectors mean something. So this U right here. So we're going to say, 10 seconds up here, we're going to say one's an independent connector. Well, let's go to the dependent connector. Dependent connector. So that's what this one is. That's a dependent connector right there. And this is an independent. Independent. It just so happened to be that they're all independent here. I mean, you know, I could have made it a little different, but I want to give ah. I want to sound the word sound like this: ah, ra, tazah, aratazah, aratazah. Independent. Okay, like this. So, what it means? Let's see. Let's see what you have. I believe she did write it down here. Let's see who has this. Aisha, screen is froze on my end. Type a 1 in the chat if the screen is reading okay. If it's not frozen. Type a 1 in the chat if the screen is not frozen, okay? Aisha, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's on your end alone. But type a 1 in the chat if your screen is not frozen. Okay? Let's see. Okay, Shah said dependent. Okay, good. One and Shah. Okay, so the screen is not unfrozen. Okay, good. All right. So one, yeah, dependent. That's a dependent connector right here. That's exactly right. Okay. Looks like we got, and then also an independent connector. So we established that in Paleo, you use connectors to make the sound of the word, or to help pronounce the word, to help it sound the way it's supposed to sound. You know, like Khan. That's just one sound. One band, one sound. Khan. You don't say Kana, it's Khan. So you have to have these two depending on each other. Khan. Okay? All right? And you don't need that in Syrian Hebrew. So there's the one that they put us in captivity to, all they did was just give us different symbols and 5 ending connectors, and we had to deal with that, you know. But the Most High God is supposed, you know, the Paleo-Hebrew is the purest form, and it enunciates properly. Okay, so let's see. Okay, all right, so good. So we understand that. Good. All right, so we'll erase that off the board. Let's get on to something else here in class here. Very good. I'm glad you guys had all that. Everybody pretty much understands that. I try to go over that every week a little bit before class so people will get familiar with it, okay? So they'll get to understand what's going on. All right, let's get into some of this breakdown here of what this means. What do you think this means right here? And we'll write it down. La'a, Ameyam, Yawam, Kagag, Ka'an. Anybody? Any brave soul want to try to translate that? All right. But if not, you know, I'll just go ahead and give you the answer here because it's something that I'm trying to do. So we say, we'll just say no. I don't know if you guys. Okay, I'll just say no Mother's Day. No Mother's Day. La'ah, Amayam, Yawam, Kagag. Then we're going to have celebrate or celebrate. Celebrate. We'll just say celebrate. I don't want to get the past tense of that. I guess I should. Celebrate here. That's pretty much what that word means, okay? Let me look up the past tense. Write that down, but that's what that means. It means we don't celebrate Mother's Day here in Isupk. We got a whole lot of holy days that we need to pay attention to. Mother's Day is not one. We don't give the esteem of a woman in Isupk, because that's what that is. You know, we're not going to get in detail with it. It will take a long class. But we've already had some breakdowns on it anyway. La'ah Amayam Yawam. No Mother's Day celebrate here. So write that down. Then we'll write down real quick here. We'll go over the spelling of the Hebrew in both of those to come up with that. All right. But you're right, Asha. That is dependent and independent. You're right. Okay, so let's do this right here. Let me see something. So we have, like I said, no Mother's Day celebrated here. Okay, or celebrate here. We don't do Mother's Day, and I kind of like did that in Hebrew, so you guys get an understanding. Let's go. Let me do a. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay. Anyway. Okay. And la'ah, no or none. Or we don't have it. There's a whole lot of words I can use. I just kind of use one word, la'ah. You know, nah. Just nah, no. You know. That's pretty much what it means. You know, we don't celebrate that here. And that's important for you to know. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to have, we'll put the word here as celebrated. Okay? Because we're going to put the, right here. Okay? So when we say la'ah, amaya, now amba is mother. We're going to make this plural and we'll say yam. Amiyam, amiyan. Okay? And of course, day is yawam. Okay? We'll use that because, you know, that's a word which means day, like, you know, the going down of the sun, that kind of day. That's what that means. All right? And then we'll go, let's go, let's see. Lock your second here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, okay, good. All right. So we say no Mother's Day celebrated here. Okay? And the word for celebrate is kagag. Okay? Kagag. And then we got kagatha. So we'll say in Hebrew, we'll use this one here, if I'm not mistaken. Right there. It makes it pass. Celebrate it, or we can just say, take it off and just say celebrate. Here. You know, not past, or whether it's past or future, we don't celebrate Mother's Day. You know, we don't, like I said, we don't give the understanding of worshiping women, so why would we do that? So, la'ah, amayam, yawam, kagag, ka'an, and ka'an is here. So let's write down some Hebrew on some of these words here before we go on here. Ka, let's write them down in Syrian since we got one word spelled in Syrian right there. So let's do ka, okay? It'll be like this, like that, like that. When you see that right there, that's a ka, right there, okay? In Assyrian. It's good to know. It's good to know these so when you read them, when you see this in Hebrew, you'll begin to say, oh man, this is coming together right now. It looks like, it's a backward C, but it's ka. Now there's some more ka's here, which looks like this. But this right here, let's write it in Assyrian there. Let's write it in Assyrian there. That's a ka right there also, okay? But that is the ka that looks like this. Like that, okay? And that ain't the one we want. It's not CH, it's KA. That's why. So you got to understand the difference between this ka and that ka. So you see ka, ka'an, then you have to have an A. Yeah, you do. Right here. Ka, and then it's right here, and then you have to have an N. Here's that ending character again. See? Let's go to that. Let's do it in green. And it's good to know that. It's a good word here. When you go over here to N, Na, you have to look at one of the 5 ending characters because it has an N. This N right here. That's what makes that ending character noticeable. That means I got to do something special with it. That's just the way the Assyrians wrote it. I didn't do it, but that's just the way the Assyrians, and we had to develop that and put it in our understanding under our Lashawan Qadash, okay? All right. So, it'll look like this. An N, let's do it in a different color here. Let's do it in green. Let's do it like this. It'll be this one right here. It'll look like this, like that. When you see that on the end of a word, that end there, that's what the end look like. In other words, that end normally would look like this. It would normally look like this, like that. Okay, normally, but it's at the end of a word in Assyrian. There it is, right there. You see that chart? That's it right there. But however, because like Ayana said, Sister Ayana said, and Sister Yasha said, and Aisha said, and other troopers and sisters in class, they have said there are 5 ending characters. And here we get to use one in the word here, ka'an. So when we say no, la'ah. And we'll go over that. We'll write a few of them. We'll translate a few of that. Some more. So you don't use this N right here. Nah. You don't even use this ka right here. You don't use this ka because that's the wrong ka. Because there are 2 different kas. That's the reason why I brought it out. You don't use that one. You use this right here, ka. We write Hebrew from right to left. But our English, gonna go this way, ka. So you gotta make sure when you read it this way, kan, you gotta come over here and say ka, an, kan, ka'an, okay? Not kan, it's ka'an. Khan means yes, of course. All right, let's go up here. Let's get some words. Let's get some. Got to erase all the time. Slocky about that. But help is on the way. we gonna do something about it. Some of this erasing here. All right, la. All right. So la simply means no. So in Paleo you have a L that looks like this. Like this. Just like that. So, yeah, we'll make it look a little bit more glorious. Like that. Okay, la. Looks like some sort of 3, okay? All right? So we say la, and then we say ah, right here. Like that. We don't need connectors because we're dealing with a Syrian here, okay? I'm doing this, all of this, Mother's Day. Don't celebrate Mother's Day in Assyrian, okay? And let's take the word for mother is Amma. All right? And y'all write that down. We'll give you a second there. The word for that is Amma. Write that down. Give you a chance to write it down in the chat. All right? Give you a chance. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So to make a plural out of mother, we want to say amayam. Or is that yan? Let's see here. What's in my notes here? Anyway, la'ah. Okay? Looks like that in Hebrew. Syrian. Amayam, then yawam is the word day. So let's go over that real quick. Let's do that. Let's go over yawam. Is this word here? It means here. All right. Yawam is day, you know? And so we want to say Yah. Well, let's do it in another pen here. The Yah over here is what you'll need. Right there. Got a little bird looking thing there. Since we're doing it in Assyrian, we'll do it like this. Like this. Like that. Yah, that's right here. Yah. You know, we're breaking this down so you'll understand it as you read it. That's the whole point of Hebrew, to read it. Yah and to spell it. Yahweh. Yawam. So we go over here to this right here, and we'll say over there to the wa, way over there. See right there? Wa. So we say wa. Now we have something special going on here, and that's what we've been trying to tell you. And that's what you translated to me. We have an M on the end of a word. That's an ending character, so follow me. So we got to look up the chart where that ending character is. It's right here. Ma. Now it's got 3 different M's up here. 1 for the Paleo and 2 for the Syrian. One's an ending character and one's normal. So we don't want to use this one here. You know, that's a ma also. Well, we don't want that one. Why? Normally in a word, we would use that ma. But however, this is an ending character. It's a special character. So it'll look like this. It'll look like just like this. Right there. Okay? That's what it looks like. Yawam. Okay? Of course we have Kagag, celebrate. And that's how we say that. No Mother's Day. Celebrate here. All right. Good. We'll leave that on the board. Let's go to the chat here. Tell me. We'll give you guys a chance to wake up from your coffee or your yawn. What did this? Let's read it over here. Sloppy. Tawab Arab. What does that mean? See if you guys can remember. See if you can remember one of those words. We've gone over it before. Yashar, you're freezing. Is everybody, listen, make sure if everybody's not freezing in the chat, type a 1. Let's make sure. She said you was freezing. Is everybody good now? Is the chat good? Is the video correct? Is type a 1 in the chat, please. Baba Kwasha. Make sure. Let's see if we're freezing here. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. All right. So, okay. What is tawab? So we got it. We're not freezing over there. So good. Okay, good. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, in the chat, all the sisters and brothers, Ashan, Yana, Asha, Ayana, and all the people in the chat, Yashar, all the troopers, tell me, what does Tarab Arab means? And Tawaba Arab. And I'll give you a second there. Find out what's going on here. I'll write it down in about 15 seconds. Okay? Tell me what that means. Tell me what it means. Okay? All right. Well, let's see. Let's see if we got some. Nobody's got it written in the chat. Okay, good. Well, it means basically this. Tawab means good. Okay? All right? That's what it always meant in the Hebrew. Arab is evening. So we say good evening. That's what we're doing. It's just a greeting here. Okay? Like you want to say good evening to your rib or to your husband, Let's see what we got. Good. Okay, good. Yashar said good. So, and that's exactly right. Let's clap it up for the sis. Let's clap it up for her. Right. Exactly right. It means good. Tawab means good, of course. Now, for a man, he would say Tawab Arab, because these things have tenses on them. This is masculine. Okay, so what do you suppose this one is? Tawab Arab, that means good evening. So what do you suppose this one is? If that's what that means, what do you think this one is? What do you think? What do you think this word means? What do you think this one means? Okay. We'll give you guys a chance. If Tawab Arab means good evening, and it's masculine, what do you think Tawaba Arab means? Let's see. Sister Yaila's checked in. Glad to have you. She said, great. Not quite. We'll just say we'll go ahead and say what it means here. And I'm glad you took the time. Well, let's see. Did you finally write it on there? What it was? No. At least you're good. You know that's a good guess. But what it really means is this. It's the feminine part of Tawab. It means good also. The Hebrew has masculine, okay, and it has feminine. You would say Tawaba Arab. Okay, that's what you would say. So y'all write that down. Tawaba Arab. That's what you'd write. That's what you'd write down when you want to write. When you want to say good evening. You want to say Tawaba Arab. Well, let's get a better pen here. We're going to go with some, there we go. We'll go with some numbers also, too, and write some Hebrew. The whole idea is to get very familiar with Hebrew so you'll understand it, so it won't be a hard to do. You want to get very used to it. Like we went over here and said, good evening, Tawab Arab. It's masculine. That's what a man says. A woman doesn't say that. You got to get used to speaking Tawaba Arab. Tawaba Arab. Good evening, because that's what you're speaking to, you know. That way they know that, you know, the woman's speaking. A woman is speaking. Because in our Hebrew, that's just the way it's done. Okay? All right? All right, so we give you a chance to write that down. Good is Tawab. That is correct. And like I say, Arab, Irab, which you use this I here. One of the rare words that we use, Irab, that we use that starts with an I. Irab. Tawab, Irab. And a man would say Tawab, Arab. Female would say Tawaba, Arab. Feminine, okay? We'll move on here. Salakia. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's say. Hope everybody got that. Hope everybody understands that. Okay. So we'll erase that off the board. Let's go over some. Let's spell some words here. Let's see. Do we want to do that? Let's go. Let's do this. There. Okay. It's been a while since we've done this one. Well, today. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. let's go over some numbers, because I know people said they didn't have the numbers before. Let's go over, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, God. And of course you spell, let's give it some room here. Akkad is number 1, so write that down for people. We'll just go through 1 through 10 so people can understand a little better. And Akkad, and let's do it in Assyrian here, okay? Do it in a different color here so people can see it. Ka, and then we have Ka like this. Okay? Remember that? That's what we were talking about before. They got 2 types of Ka. We're doing it in Assyrian right here. All right? Ka. Okay, Akkad, and then we have that's the right there. That's the right there. That's the Ka right there. Then we have a D that we have to take care of, and that D looks like this in Assyrian, like that. Okay, Akkad. That's the number 1. So what we're doing right now is we're going over the number system. Okay. The numbers, and then we're spelling them out. Because all the practice you can get in Hebrew helps. So we're doing numbers in Hebrew. Because I know some brothers and sisters said that they didn't get it before. They didn't finish it up. Okay, very good. All right, so that's a Ka. So anybody remember the second one? What's the for number 2 in the chat? We ain't gonna let y'all get off like that. Come on. What's number 2 for numbers? We're doing numbers. Okay. We've done the characters. Let's do a little bit of numbers here before we move on a little bit further. The numbers. What is the number 2 in Assyrian? Okay, what is that? I'll tell you, it starts with an S. Starts with an S, okay? Somebody type it in the chat, tell me what it is. Okay, somebody type it in the chat. Type it in the chat and tell me what is the number 2. Starts with an S. Akkad was 1, and we spelled it. What's the number 2? All right, let's get some room because I want to be able to do them both in Assyrian and Paleo. Okay? What is the number 2? Right here. What is the number 2? Anybody know? Don't everybody speak at once now. What's the number 2? All right. How would you? It starts with an S. All right. The number 2. All right. What is the number 2? Tell me what it is. All right, we get ready to go ahead and put it down in here. Mikey said he works night 7 to 7 and got to catch up to class when I get a break. That's right. Exactly, Mikey. And that's good. That's right. We got your name recorded, Mikey. Let's clap it up for Mikey. His brother's working. He's working, 7 to 7, he's trying to catch up to class. Give him a clap as you get into class, I appreciate brothers and sisters being honest like that. has let me know that they want to learn. And we're always, that's the reason why I try to go over some things like numbers and the characters over and over again for people, just for that reason. Because people they are trying to catch up with class. Exactly right. Exactly right, brother. Okay? So we got you covered in here in Hebrew class. All right? All right? So, let's see what y'all got. Chat over here. Shanya. Very good. Clap it up for her. Clap it up. Clap it up. She says, "The sharp." You check it. You keep checking in class, sis. She said, "Shanya." Come on, y'all. Shanya. She's exactly right. So, in Assyrian, Shanya will say Shah, like that. In Assyrian, Shah, right here. And then we'll say in. And Assyrian will say in like this. That's an in. And then we'll say a ya. It's not an ending character, so it's going to look like this. Shanya. Okay? It's like this right here. That's what it looks like in Hebrew. Okay? That's what it looks like. All right? That's what it looks like in Hebrew. We read a lot of Hebrew out of Tanakh, so we'll do Hebrew. we'll do Syrian night. That's what this is. This is a Syrian Hebrew that I'm doing this in right here for the numbers. We'll just stay with that, okay, for right now. All right, number 3. What does that start with? Start with an S. Also, what is 3 for in Hebrew? Whether it's Assyrian or Paleo, they all the same. But of course, we're gonna translate them different here on the board. But what we have a Qad, Shanya, and what's number 3? Y'all take the time. You know, what is 3? What's 3 in Hebrew? Y'all take the time. What's 3 in Hebrew? What is 3 in Hebrew? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me what is 3 in Hebrew. Okay? Let's see, sis. Somebody. She said, oh no, you still on Shinyam. That's good, okay? Sister Yaila, Sister Adrian, Sister Ayana, Brother Sean, Yashad, Mikey, if you're in class yet, whoever's in class, tell me about it. You know, who we have, is that Timothy Brown in class too? And 2. Okay, dependent, all right. Tell me about it. Tell me. Shanya. What comes after Shanya? What is number 3? We want you guys to work at this so you'll get it. So that you'll be able to say, okay, I know it's Akkad, Shanya, and it says SH something. We want you guys to get it. You know, teach you to get the answers all right. Give y'all some hand claps up in there. Shanya, let's see, who got it? All right. Okay, look. It's Shalash. Shalash, okay? Shalash, just like that. Okay? In Hebrew, that word looks like this. In Assyrian, Shah, there it is again. Okay? Just like that. Make this one look a little better here. That looks kind of funky. Like that, okay? Shah, right here. Then we have La, like this. Like that. Then we have, here's the La. Then we have Shalash. Okay? Then we have it again. Right there. Okay? All right. 4. What is 4 in Hebrew? That starts with an AH. We'll give you guys some of these right here. What's 4 in Hebrew? We're dealing with numbers. Akkad, Shanyah, Shalash. What's number 4? What's 4? Give you guys a chance to write it down. What's number 4? Let's see. Since we're on the, she go, oh yeah, she's got it. Arabah. Very good. She's got Ra. Very good, sis. All right, Arabah. And I know some of the sisters was asking about this the other day. Let's see who else got it. Ayana, there you go. Let's clap it up for them sisters right there. That's what I'm talking about. Clap it up. Clap the class up for those two sisters. They both got Arabah. Akkad, Shanyah, Shalash, Arabah. And it's good to know how to count in Hebrew. Okay? So we're going to say like this. Because we write in Assyrian. Ra. It looks like this. Ra. Not quite as big there. I want to make sure you know that an R sort of looks like a little wide and stubby more than anything. Don't want to make it look like a ka over here, which is a little longer. You got to pay close attention to those words. A ka will look like this. So you got to pay close attention to how they look. Okay? So anyway, we're going to say ra, and then we're going to say ba. Well, that ba sound is right here. Looks like that B right there. And of course we have an I. We got to make the I, okay? That I is right here. Right there. So it looks sort of like it's weird. It's kind of, anyway, like that, okay? I never could do it right properly. But Arabah. Okay, now let's get this one here. I don't want to erase my board right here. We'll draw a line right here across so we can go down and write the word 5. Somebody tell me what the word 5 is in the number system in Hebrew. It doesn't matter if it's Paleo or Syrian, all the numbers are the same. So we have Akkad, Shanyah, Shalash, Arabah. What's the number 5 right here? Tell me what 5. Tell me what 5 is. What is 5? We'll give you a little help. Starts with a C. Okay? Let's see who got it in the chat. No one yet? Come on. Some of my brothers over there. The sisters doing it. Some of our troopers. Some of my brothers. Tell me what it is. Starts with a C, the number 5. Okay. Lashawan Qadash class. Okay, look like somebody got it over here. Let's see. I got this over here. Let's see. All right, let's see. Kamash, Yashar. Sisters Yashar is gone off the chain over here. Kamash. Very good, sis. You know I got to clap it up for that because you own it. You own it. You own it. I think Sister Ayana got it too. Let's see. Yashar, I bet you she does. Qadash. See if you got it spelled right here. Yeah, you got it right. Okay. But make sure. No, wait a minute here. Do you got another? See what you got in there. Oh yeah, come on. Yeah, you got it. Okay, good. Exactly right. Clap it up for it. Good. And of course, you write. This is where we get the chance to use this ka. See, that's different. That ka. Okay? Not this ka up here, the little C, but this ka, because when you see the C-H-A-A, that's this ka. Okay? Then you want to use ma right here. We want to use the ma. And the ma looks like that. That's an M in Hebrew. In Assyrian Hebrew, you know, the bastardized language I've been talking about here. Then, of course, you want to use the sha right here. There's no end to connector, so we just write a character that looks like that, and it's mash. So, let's see what we got here. D'Angelo Salam checking in. Good. D'Angelo checking in. Okay, good. We're going to write your name down, too. You're going to get y'all keep checking in. Mikey, D'Angelo, and others, sisters, checking in. We're going to give you a name. If you keep coming to class like that, you're going to get a name, Hebrew name. But you got to stay in class. You got to stay in all these classes. Check in. Check in the classes. Clap it up so we keep checking in the class. I appreciate that, okay? All right. Kamash. And let's just write this one in, we'll give you guys a chance. We're going to write that one down in Paleo also. Yeah, let's just write that down in Paleo. I don't know why, I just want to write it down. So I can show you a little bit about the connectors here, okay? In Paleo, it's ka, like this. All right? Looks like a little ladder. That same ka looks like a ladder right here. I'm going to write it in red. Look like a little ladder, okay? Ka. That takes care of all of this. All of that ka. That is one character in the Paleo. Of course, like I said, this is the Assyrian right here. Right there. That's Assyrian, but I got circled, okay? Now I'm doing this in red here. I'm going to do on purpose just one word, Kamash. All right? Then we're going to have an M. Okay? That M looks like this. Looks like an upside down M with a stem on it. If you pay attention to these words, they'll make sense. Ka, like a ladder. We're giving you some hints, okay? Like a ladder, all right? Then the ma. See that M right there? See this M? As a matter of fact, let's do it at the top part of the M so you can see it. Sometimes these things will resonate and stick in your mind, you know? Like this. Like that. Okay? Kamash. It looks like an M, don't it? Because that's what it is in Paleo. Kamash. Okay, then we're going to write, of course, a sha. Now the sha looks almost like the sha we've been doing, only just look like a straight up W. And we'll have some connectors. I want you guys to show me what the connectors mean. Let's see. Good. Checking in from Columbia. Okay, good. Let's tell me what in Paleo, Kamash. Let's help you with these connectors here. How does the connectors go? We're talking about Paleo Hebrew. Paleo, okay? Paleo Hebrew has connectors. It has an independent connector and a dependent connector. So what do we do here? All right, how do we do this? Tell me. Asha, I know you woke up and you know how to do this. Sister Yana, Mikey, D'Angelo, Yashar, Ashan, you all know how to do this. So let's do these. Tell me about. What do I do here with the ka, mash? What kind of connectors do I use? Is this right? Tell me if this is right. Tell me if this is right. Tell me, is this right? I want y'all to type in the chat and just say Ka'an or yes or why or anything. Let me know. I'm doing the connectors for you. But I want to know, is that right or wrong? Or is it like this? Or is it like, which one is it? The black one or the red one? Tell me. The connectors here. Which one? If you can see this board here, or is it like this? Qadash. Which one is it? Is it the top line, the bottom line, the black or the red? Which one? Tell me. Give you guys a chance. You can see it right there. On the word Qadash in Paleo Hebrew, is it this top line? Is that the correct way to use the connectors, or is the bottom line? Which one is it? You tell me, okay? Tell me. Give you a chance. Give you guys a chance, sir. Let me look at the chat here. She said, Yashar, independent. Okay. Yashar Banaf. We'll give some other people some chances to come on into class and tell me which one is it. Is it the top line or the bottom line? Is it the red or the black that we're trying to say? Which one of these would you use if you want to write the word Qadash? In Paleo Hebrew, which one would you use? Hope you guys can see this okay. Which one is it? Like we have Qadash. Qadash. Is it this top, the black right here, or this bottom one? Which one? So far we have a couple brave souls over here. D'Angelo said the black, and Yashar, she said Khan, that's right. Yashar said black. All right, let's clap it up for them. They're exactly right. The red is no good, of course. I'll erase it off. Now, why do we say that? Because let's go over it again here. They're both right. Because we have to say the red by itself is independently sound. Just like that. Well, let's use black since that's the answer that they gave us over here. It's independently sound. So we put right underneath. If you were doing this, you had a test like this, you were doing this, or you saw this, you know that says Ka. By itself. Independent connector. Right there. I for independent. I for independent. Right there. That upside down U, that's what that means. I. Now, so what we want to do here, well, if that's the case, we want to join mash together. It's a one sound. So we say ka. We don't say kamasha. There is a word probably like that. But we're saying kamash, 5, okay? So it's kamash. So we want to join this M and this sha. That little W looking thing there means sha. Okay? Very good. All right. Now let's get on to the next. We're going to do 10 of them. Yeah. I don't have time to do all the way up to 1,000 like I've been doing. All right. Let's do. I hope you guys have had this written down right here, because we don't want to get rid of our No Mother's Day celebrate here. Celebrate it here. We'll go ahead and put this D on there. No Mother's Day celebrated here. And of course that's a thigh up there, I believe. Right there. For that tense, celebrated past tense. Or present tense. I didn't want to confuse them. No Mother's Day celebrated here. So it's La'a, Amiyam, Yawam, Kagag, Ka'an. Okay? But anyway, let's get back here. So Ka, we're done with that one. Let's go to some fresh ones here. We start with 5. So get ready, y'all, because I'm going to ask you what number 6 is. What's the number 6? So you might as well get ready to chat as I write it down. Let's go ahead and write it down. Let's find out what that is. Might as well. Number 6. What is 6? Starts with an S again. Start with an S. What is 6? Give you a chance to write it down, okay? If you're doing numbers in 6, what is 6? All right? Starts with an S. What is that? Let's see who's got it written down here. Okay, y'all still over there? Good. Good. With some actors, come on. Tell me about it. I mean, it's not, there's no shame of getting the wrong answer here. I don't care if you get the wrong answer. At least make an effort. Because when you make that effort, it will make you memorize the next time. That's all it is. You know, if you get the right answer, that's fine. We'll clap it up in class, and that's what we want. But however, if you get the wrong answer, fine. I mean, I went through it myself. So anyway, the number 6. We'll give you guys 15 more seconds here. Okay. What number? What does that sound like? How does it look? Spell it out. We had Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, which is 5. So what's 6? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is 6? Somebody tell me what that is, all right? Yashar. Still on fire. She said, Shah. That's exactly what it means, okay? Clap it up for the sis. Put some hand claps in that chat. Let me know. You know, let your brothers and sisters know that everybody, you know, Tawab, they're doing it. Tawabah, sister. Tawabah. You know, saying it to a sister, you know. Tawabah. To my brothers, Tawab. You know, she said Shawabah. That's what it means. And so let's translate that. Shah, we're going to do this in Assyrian. Okay? Like this. Shah, okay? Like that. Shah. Then we'll write simply another Shah because they're just 2 characters. All right? Right there. Let's write it in Paleo. That's a good one. Let's say it'll look like this. Shah in Paleo in red. So it will look like, tell me, all right? Shah. Tell me, what are the, okay, good. Let's see. What we got over there? Hand claps. D'Angelo clapping it up. I know everybody else can hand clap it up. Let's clap it up in class, okay? Let's clap it up when you have to. When people get the right answers, clap it up in class, all right? All right, I'm clapping it up in here. Y'all clap it up in the chat. All right, look. Over here, what connectors do we want to use right here for Shashah? There's going to be 2 of them. 2 connectors. Tell me what is it. And tell me, you don't have to write the whole word out. Is it going to be, just write, when you want to write first, you want to say I, D, something like that, or I. You tell me. And what it means is independent, dependent, independent. What am I going to use here for the W and the W? Or the Shah and the Shah, so it's like it. Because we have to do that for Paleo. You know, just write a little, you don't have to spell the whole thing out, just write it like I've done. Just use the first letter. How do we do the dependent connectors? Remember, those are the dependent connectors look like this, like that, or like that. This is a independent connector right there. Of course, this is a dependent connector, okay? So what do we use here for Shashah? Tell me about it. Tell me, what do we use? Let's see what we got. Yashar Banath, she said this. Let's see, does everybody else think that's right? Let me know. She said this. She said I. That means she said this. This is really what she wants right here. Now, does everybody else agree with that? We'll give you guys a chance. She said that 2 independence is what it is. You tell me in the chat. We'll give you 15 more seconds there. All right? In the chat, you tell me. you 10 more seconds there. But we want you guys to at least have some understanding when you learn. Shasha. I mean, you know, is she right? Y'all type it up in the chat. Tell me. Tell me what's going on. All right? Okay. All right. Well, let's see. But she's right. Clap up in class. Shasha. She's exactly right. Okay? Because you wanted that just two sounds. Sha and sha. It's that simple. Sometimes it can be simple, sometimes it can be a little bit harder. Okay? So we got 7. 7. What's the Hebrew sound? Hebrew sound. What's the Hebrew word? Starts with an S again. Okay? For 7. Okay? What's the Hebrew word for 7? D'Angelo had it too. So both of D'Angelo and Yashar had it both right. Very good. Exactly right. 2 and 2. Exactly. Okay? In other words, you use independent. I in the chat, of course. All right? What about 7? What's the Hebrew word for the number 7 in Hebrew? Like I said, Paleo and Hebrew, they have the exact same numbers there. So what are they? You tell me, what are they? What are they? Give you guys a chance to write down, what is 7? That's what we're doing. We're come on, you can do it. Y'all got it going on now. Come on. Let's keep it going. I know some of the brothers and sisters that have that's been active in the chat. Don't let me down now. Don't let you. There you go. Let's go. That chat's moving. That's what I want to see. Let's see. She said Shabbat. Is that right? Somebody type it up in the chat and let me know. Is she right? She did this. Okay? She said Shabbat. Is that right? Is that correct? Type it up. Give you 10 more seconds here. 15, maybe a little longer. Let me know. Is she right? Is that Shabbat? Is that right? Y'all tell me about it in Hebrew class here. Tell me what's going on. Okay? Hebrew class. The number 7. Is that right? Is she right? We'll give you 10 more seconds. Let's see who else have it over here. Aisha Khan. He said that's correct. So Aisha and Yashar, clap it up for them. They're exactly right. See, they got this number system going down here, and that's how we do it. We said Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, okay? Arabai, okay? That was 4, okay? 5, Kamash, okay? 6, Shasha. 7 is Shabbat. That's exactly right. And we're going to write that down in Assyrian Hebrew, like this. All right? Assyrian Hebrew. we're going to say Shah, the same Shah that we had over here, like that. That Shah, now we got to hunt for a B in Assyrian, okay? And a B looks like this in Assyrian, like that. All right? Looks just like that. Shabai. And of course, we want the I. We can't forget that. So we're going to do there's the I, just like that. That's Hebrew for Shabbat. Because we'll write this in Paleo here. Let's do this so we can get the connectors going on here. All right? So we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be Shah, like this. Okay? Ah, my red's going out there. Let's see. Shah. There we go. Now we're going to do this. That was Assyrian, of course, in black. In red here, we're doing the Paleo because we want to emphasize the connectors, okay? All right, there are no any characters up here, so, hey, we just use the normal character in the Assyrian up here. So let's get to the Paleo of the translated Shabbat, okay? So we want to do a B like this, and of course, an I looks like this. Shabbat. Let's go with these connectors, all right? Let's work with me over here. Work with me, okay? So let's work on these connectors here. Give you guys a chance. Let's do it. Let me give you guys a chance in the chat here. Let's tell me if this is right. Is that right or wrong? Tell me if that's right or wrong right there. Okay? What is that? Is that right or wrong? The way I got those connectors spelled out on that board, is that right or is that wrong? Say la'ah or kan, yes or no. Either one. Or, that's the red, that's the black. Let's do it in green here. Or is it this one? Or is it this one? Which line is it? Which one is it? Or is it that one? Which one? You tell me. On the connectors. If I say Shabbat, Shabai, which one is it? I guess you can see the green there. Let's make sure. You guys, just independent connectors and dependent connectors. Let's see if we really understand this. Which one is it? Is it the green for to enunciate this word Shabbai, which is the number 7 in Hebrew, in Paleo, right here, Shabbai. That's how you spell it in Hebrew, Paleo, in red there. Which one of these connectors sequences are correct? Is it the top line or the bottom line? Or is it the black or the green? Which one is it? Let's see what we got in the chat. D'Angelo said green. Okay, let's see. Let me know. Tell me. Is he right? The rest of the class, come on. Is D'Angelo right? He said the green. Who says the black? And who says the green? You know, we got independent connectors and dependent connectors going on here. You know? Remember we said the upside down U is a dependent connector. We're making characters depend on each other when you use this one. We want to use independent character. You want to make that character stand all by itself. Then you use an upside down U. So, which one of these right? D'Angelo said in the chat, he said the green. All right? Which one? What say ye? What say you? Yeshua said neither. I like this. This is good. We got one neither. We got a neither. And we got one in the green. Come on. Which one? We get one more answer up there? Somebody else? Some other brave soul. We got somebody say neither. Somebody said the latter one on the bottom, the green here, as far as the connectors. Y'all tell me. We'll give you 15 more seconds. This is interesting. I like this. Let's see which one is what. Let's see which one is which. So what we're going to do here. Right here, we're talking about Shabbat. How do we write this connector going on here? Because, you know, it's good to know that. Okay. D'Angelo said the one right here. That's correct, the green. Okay. And Sister said, Sister Yeshabanoff, she said neither. Neither one of them right. Let's see what we got in the chat over here. Sister Yeshabanoff, she said green. So she changed her mind. And I can appreciate that. Let's clap it up. So they both are correct. Green. This one right here. So let's get rid of that one in the black. That ain't right. Let's go after this one right here. Let's go after the one in the green here, because that's what's right. Shah. Then we're going to say by. Now, why do we do that? We do that because Shah, you want that word to stand by itself. That character, I'm sorry, not word. It forms a character of its own. Shah. And when you hear it, it says Shah. You don't say Shab, because if you did that, it would be Shab. And then you have I by itself. Yeah, that can't be right. But we're not saying shabby or shabby. We're saying shah, by. So we say Shabbat. Okay? All right, Shabbat. All right? Okay. Shabbat. All right, so we're saying like this. Independent connector right here, Shah. And the ba, you have to join the ba and the I together to make a sound, by. So we say B and I. So Shabbat. That's how you get that sound right there. So we'll move on. Let's do 8. Hopefully we got enough time here to do let's see here. We got enough time here to do yeah, we do. Let's see. Which time we got here? 8:41, yeah. Okay, let's do the other ones. 8, 9, and 10. We're going to hurry up and do this one right here. 8. 8 is a little difficult, but the word is Shama wa na. Shama wa na. I think I spelled that right. Shama wa. Oops, we don't need this other H in here. Lock it. Nah. Okay. Shama wa na. That's how you spell 8. And of course it's spelled, let's do that one real quick here. Shah. Let's do it in Assyrian. Shah, like that. That's a Shah. Then we're going to use a Ma, like this. The Ma looks like that. And like I said, you'll see it red in the Tanakh looking just like that. Okay. Look, this is handwritten, but of course it'll resemble this. There are no connectors. Then we got Shama, we got Shah, Ma. We have Wa. You got to make sure Wa looks like this. Okay. Shama Wa. And then we have Na right here. Okay. And then of course you have to have the Ha. You got to have the Ha to come over here and complete it out, so it'll look like this. There's no ending connected there, so it's Shama Wana. That's for 8. All right, let's do 9. All right. 9. See if you guys can guess 9. We'll go ahead and give it to you. The shy. But I'll tell you, I want you guys to guess what 10 is while I'm writing the shy on the board. Okay? All right, the shy is the number 9, okay? I want y'all to, while you sitting over there, tell me what the number 10 is while I'm writing this down here. The shy. So the shy, you're gonna have a like that little club. A lot of people sometimes call this a ka, but it really isn't a ka. It's actually, it looks just like a ka. Only thing difference in that and the ka, it has a little club on the left side there, okay? Like that. Now the regular ka, if you will look at ka, it will look like this. Let's do that in Slock it. It'll look like that. Okay, but there's no club on the end, so that's how you know the difference. And ka. I'm sorry, not ka, but I messed that up. Slock it. Thigh. Never mind. I tried to say ka. Never mind. Forget it. Slock it. Okay. Tha. But it does look like a ka. But it doesn't even have the same sound. That's what I want to say to you. A ka. I'll write it down here. A ka looks like this. They have 2 different sounds. Okay. They have no resemblance. All right. One is this ka. And this is a tha. So they look sort of alike, but they have 2 different sounds. You know, like this, ka and tha. You can tell because that little golf club on the left is a tha. The ka has none. That's, you know, I have gone to a class where given a class where we have resemblance of characters, okay? So the ka sort of looks like that, okay? So we're going to write tha, and then we're going to write shy. So we're going to write the sha first, then we write the I. Like that, okay? All right? Like it. Sort of like that. Well, all right. There we go. The shy, okay? Now let's see in the chat. Did we write the last one? Who's going to tell me the last one tonight? Ashara. Okay, Yashar. Good. Glad you heard me. She said, is that right? Is she right? Let's find out. In the chat. I want y'all guys to think about it. She said Ashara. In other words, 10. This will be the last one we do tonight. Yeah, she's right. Sha Ra. Is that a, no, wait a minute, is that an I or a God? Shoot. Yeah, Ashara, yeah. Okay. Get some more pens here, it's locked in. Okay. Okay. There we go. Ashara. And that's the number 10. So we've gone all the way down through the number system of in the Hebrew. And we said Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabai. Okay? And then, then we've gone to Kamash. Then we've gone to Shah, 6, Shabai, Shamawana, the Shai, and then we'll translate the last one, Ashara. Ashara will look like this. Okay? I, Shah, like this. Like we've been doing that same Shah. You'll see that a lot in Hebrew. Like that, you'll use a lot of Shahs for some reason. But there it is. And then, of course, you can't depend on what it is, whatever it is, it is. I, Shah, and then we have a Ra. There's no ending character there, but that's what it looks like. A little stubby looking backwards R. I, Shara. I by itself, Shah, and then Ra. That's it. So, you guys keep staying in class. See how much time we got left here. Our Bible, Sister Yana had it right. Good. Sister Yana had it right. Everybody in class gets an A+, because you checked in and you tried and you got answers. Your good answers and some of your answers that I'm not sure. All of them to me are positives because that you checked in class and we went over it and we collaborated and we got it right here on the board. At least we tried to get it right. Okay, we have learned the Syrian, the second line here. We've learned in our the Syrian language when we were in captivity, of course. And we've learned SUBCRIBE's language, of course. But hey, it's the language that we use because that's what a lot of our writings are in Assyrian. And then, of course, the Paleo. We use the connectors here in the Paleo, and of course we use the 5 ending characters in the Assyrian. Hebrew is written from right to left. It has 22 characters for both the Syrian and the Paleo Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew is, of course, the original holy tongue, Lashawan Qadash, from right to left. When we have 2 vowel sounds, that's the ah and the I. Okay? So we're clapping up for class. Everybody clap it up for class. Glad you could join. I saw Sister Shara, wife of Officer Nafisa online there. Clap it up for her too, and all that. Everybody, Sister Shara, and then we had Mikey, D'Angelo, all check in a little later. But hey, listen, that's what I like. That's good. And here in South Carolina, UPK, Lashawan Qadash class, we get an A for effort. So clap it up in class. We're going to read the security announcements, okay? Security announcements. We are the Isupk, started off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister, okay? There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21 in the Bible, Malachi 3, 8, 10 in the Bible, means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara, like we read right here, Ashara, Ma'ashara, or of the 10th, okay? 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. The priest fund, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory, but whatsoever amount you would like. Of holy convocations, of course, we had the Passover. Feast of Unleavened Bread is past. Of course, we do this again next time. But the feast, we're into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the 15th day of the first month, 7 days. Sunday, April 25th. Until Sunday, May 2nd, 2021, we've had that, of course. And then the Feast of First Fruits, it starts after the Sabbath, Salaki, of unleavened bread. And that's what we're into right now, the Feast of the First Fruits. Sundown, Sunday, May 2nd, which we're already in, we count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. Sunday, June the 20th to 21, start before sundown. Leviticus 23, 10, and 2. And that's what we'll be doing for the next 50 days, of course. And then, of course, we have if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And we'll give a salute to all the brothers. Madam Shabbat, Madram, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Thumb. To all my brothers, and we'll do courtesy salutes to our sisters. Madam Shabbat, Madram, Yahweh Shamar, Alatha, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. To all of the sisters. And for that we say, Shalom.